Down goes the phone. There we go. Now, it wouldn't be a normal SoBet Hobby Capper Gutsy exclusive, first time ever. We didn't have a little technical difficulties to start things off. That's all right. Sound off in the comments. I always sound. We sound better now than last time. Guarantee we do. But today, we're going to have a nice show for you. Probably 30 minutes. Shoot the shit. If you ever have any questions about any plays in the game tonight, the big game, of course, we don't want to get sued. We're not going to say the name of it. The big game tonight. If you have any questions about any bets in it, drop in the comments below. Me and Hobby, of course, we'll tell you everything on them all. But today, what are we going to go through today? We're going to go through Super Bowl game winners, what we think is going to win in the game. I'm sure you have no idea what side we're going to be on. We're going to release 3 of our favorite novelty props on the game. And then, like I said, ask any questions in the comments below. We'll just answer any questions about any bets. And that's kind of how we're going to get into it. If you don't know who this is, though, at the Hobby Capper, go to TikTok right now and go follow this man. Absolute dog in the street. You want 2 of the best, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't get much better than us 2. The Hobby. Let me just break this thing open real quick. What is the side that you like this thing? Why do you like it? Because I already know. Spoiler, I already know, and I think it's an outrageous thing. But why don't you just start us off by saying, what is your favorite play side?
The only bet. +1.5, +1 money line, Chiefs outright. No, you're on the Eagles. Sorry about it. It's the Chiefs. Holmes has been here. Kelsey's been here. Andy Reid's been here. Every key position, Chiefs have.
I agree. But they also have lots of injury issues. So the high ankle sprain doesn't bother you at all. It's like 0. About something.
It does worry me a little bit. Well, Hardman not playing is my favorite.
I was just going to say what Uncle Hardman then worry about Kelsey. Worry about Kelsey.
You haven't worried about him.
The thing about Mahomes is we saw him last week. He was running pretty good for like the first quarter. Then after that, it was just absolutely dead. So and he retweeted it. The biggest thing for me has always been it's a 2-month injury, 2 months to fix up a high ankle sprain properly. Obviously, if he doesn't get a shot, if he doesn't get some fucking full tranquilizer quick next year, I think he's fucking. I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything because that dude's ankle, I French toast. What? We'll see what happens. I think because the Eagles' defensive line, one of the best in the league, obviously the offensive line. Well, what did I just say yesterday? Carson Palmer said the best offensive line in 25 years. That's a crazy statement from any NFL quarterback ever. But I just truly think that it's just all the injuries. And it's late money coming in on the Chiefs. I don't even look at it. A lot of money coming. I felt like.
I love the Eagles' money line today, strictly because we saw what Jalen Hurts was doing. I thought Jalen Hurts was not going to be able to run to the right side. He's proven he'll run to the right side, does not care about the right shoulder at all whatsoever. I'm just not that worried. I know Chris Jones. I know they're a bunch of dogs. I'm just really not that worried about the defensive line being able to really tame Jalen Hurts. I mean, I think they allowed, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, the 3rd most rushing yards to a quarterback this year, I think, was allowed by the Chiefs. So if Jalen Hurts could just get out run, because I think it's going to be one, and we know how people usually play in the Super Bowl anyways. You're always more scared, right? So no matter what, your first thing is going to be to run. And of course, a lot of other people have been saying that he's never played in a game like this, right? Matt Mahomes has been here. I would argue that by saying SEC football is just as important as NFL football. It's just as stressful. There's no Heisman winner, Natty champion. He's been in the spotlight before. So what do you have to say about those things about Jalen Hurts? I mean, does that not bother you at all?
Oh, I mean, I'm born and raised University of Pittsburgh fan, but if I wasn't rooting for Pitt, it's Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jared Hurts. I'm a huge Oklahoma fan.
Trio.
I'm all about Hurts. I love the guy, but he just doesn't have it this game.
So what do you think the final score prediction is going to be? What is your score prediction?
I have 24-23 Chiefs outright.
What do you have? I said 35-24.
You think it's going to be that high?
Yeah. I think the Eagles.
So you're on the over, too.
I think the Eagles could just score 1,000,000 points if they wanted to. I truly think it's going to be the Chiefs who are going to be the ones that struggle. But that's just me. Any questions, by the way, in the comments? Or any questions that we could read? No, nothing yet? Just a bunch of fellas just sounding off. Everyone, by the way, also real quick, drop what you're taking in the Super Bowl so we can get an idea of where the chat's at. Where are the vibes at in this chat? Are half for the Eagles? Are half for the Chiefs? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, of course, like I said, we're all going I'm for the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. All right. Never an absolute doubt. Fins up, by the way. Go Dolphins. You're wearing an Elway jersey here. Are you a Broncos fan?
I'm born and raised an Elway fan, but I'll root for the Steelers.
Huh. Okay.
A little bit of a mix. Hey, we'll get to that later.
We'll allow it. But now let's just move into the funnest bets. Today, of course, for the gutsy gang out there, you already know, it's a degenerate holiday. Today's just one of those days where you just go, all I do is preach smart sports gambling. That's all this guy preaches to. But today is one of those few days of the year where it's a degenerate holiday. We're going to go crazy today. We're going to each give our 3 favorite novelty prop bets in the game today that you have to take. If you're listening to this, you have to ride these with the boys. I'm going to let him kick it off with his favorite 3. What are your favorite 3 novelty props in this game tonight?
So my first 3, total yardage of field goals plus touchdowns. I've never seen this offered. Never. I saw it on Bovada. I jumped on it. I jumped on the over. It's over 198.5. So you got to think we got 2 good defenses. All right.
Right.
I can easily see 3 40-yard plus field goals. Right there, it's 120.
Right.
You need about 78.5 yards from touchdowns. If you're already predicting high scoring, I think it's going to be up in the high 40s.
Yes. Never
seen it offered. It jumped out, and I took the over immediately.
Can you imagine if you get 2 50-yard field goals?
Oh, then you're already halfway there. But
that would almost lock it in.
Yeah. The downside of this is going to be goal line stands, getting those 21-yard field goals.
But the only thing, and I saw some people talking about this bet the other day, was people really like the bet of shortest touchdown under 1.5 yards because of the idea of pass interference in the end zone, right? Stuff like that. Me personally, I always love a good, and I know that the guy reffing the Super Bowl is like dog shit. He throws like the most penalty flags, like the most fucking pass interference calls. I just think that with everything that's been going on over the past 3 weeks, all the rig talk, all the referee talk, all the talks about how dog shit the referees have been, I think they probably had like 2, 3, 4, 5 different meetings with these referees and just didn't tell them to not throw the flag. But I essentially think they kind of like,
they're well aware.
Just let the boys play.
Yeah.
Don't care what happens. We can't have a controversial call be how the Super Bowl is decided this year because of how the whole playoffs have gone. Again, I'm not one to blame the referees. I hate blaming referees. It's just a part of the game, but they have been. I mean, what would you say about the referee play this playoffs?
I mean, I think the playoffs so far, I don't think they've been that bad.
Yeah.
But with the media coverage, with exactly what you said, they're well aware of what's being spread out
happening. There. Yeah. And it's just, again, everyone always says, you're not here to watch the referees. And I think the referees are just, I think they're going to try to stay out of the way more this year. I know they probably talked to that dude. I forget what his name is. And probably were like, all right, bro, we can't have
someone drop it in the chat. If you
know that referee's name that I'm trying to think of, drop in the chat. Cause I cannot think of what that dude's name is, but that dude is fucking dog shit. I'll go with my favorite or one of my novelty props now, and then we'll go back to yours. This is my favorite novelty prop every year. I think you're on it. I bet it every year. It went on a 4-year run. I said for a long time, the greatest dynasty in all of sports was tails in the Super Bowl coin toss. It was a dominant. I've hit it 4 out of the 6 years I've bet on it, I think. Maybe it was 5 out of the, I don't know, something like that. Hit 4 in a row. The last 2 years have been heads. Right now, and it's not a unit play. I don't put units on this. This is a degenerate holiday. You just put numbers on it. I threw 200 on tails. I love tails. Tails never fails. I heard someone say earlier, tails always fails. That's not the same. That's not how it goes. Tails never fails. Tails for all the marbles. What do you think of that?
I'm on heads just to fade you.
And there's almost a small part of me that respects it, but I've crunched the numbers. I did the capping. With the wind directions coming out of the northeast, the way that they're gonna flip it, the buoyancy of the ground, it's gonna be tails.
How many times do you think they practice that flip? You're always watching and the hand's starting to shake.
Wait. Who did it last year? You remember last year was butchered.
No.
Yeah. Whoever flipped it last year, absolutely butchered.
They had to reflip it. Yeah.
It was fucked.
Yeah.
And if you had tails like I did, or Pat McAfee, shout out Pat McAfee, we both got fucked. That was crazy. But this year's a new year because the gambling gods are going to make what's right. They need to make it right. And this year's going to be tails. I don't know who's flipping the coin. Do you know?
I don't.
Does anyone know who's flipping the coin? I don't know. What do we know? If you guys know who flipped the coin this year, who's going to be flipping the coin, it better not be some incompetent motherfucker because we cannot have another reflip situation. And I do want to real quick go back. I love your novelty prop, and I'm taking that over 198 of combined field goal with touchdown yardage. I love that play because if you just get 2 long field goals right away, especially, I mean,
Yeah.
or
I got another one for you though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I got 2
what's your
more.
Of course, we each got 3. What's your second one?
Second one is total 4th down conversions over 1.5. It's currently sitting like minus 140. In my opinion, you see at least 4 or 5 attempts tonight on 4th down.
I think that's great juice to pay.
I mean, you got to consider the last play of the game is probably a 4th down.
Yes. Or the last drive, especially if the Chiefs are losing by 20.
Okay.
Just
all right.
And then, of course, Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni likes to go for 4th down,
Yeah.
like above the 50.
And McNasty, shout out McNasty. He pointed out Andy Reid's actually one of the most conservative guys on 4th down.
Mhm.
And the only downside is Chiefs are the worst team in the league on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1.
That's scary.
So scary.
That's scary.
But I think we at least see 4 or 5
but that's
attempts.
because they run it.
Yeah.
They can't run the ball. So if it's like 4th and 3.
So if you got 4 or 5 attempts, if we don't get 2 of them,
but
I'll live with that.
Exactly. You'll live with that. I actually love that prop. I actually love that prop. I'm also going to be betting that prop. That's a great prop. Minus 140?
Yeah, it was I just looked before the show. It was minus 140. Last I looked.
I actually love that prop. All right. Well, let's go to.
Someone said in
Oh,
the chat.
Go ahead. The head ref of this crew has most penalties thrown this season. Is that what? Okay. I knew it was something like that. Really unfortunate that he got chosen. And the whole, and I understand that the way they put the refs in is, they rate the highest refs or whatever. But the issue is with the ratings of the refs is that the NFL never wants to out their guys. So they give these bad refs good grades on certain spots when they don't want to expose them, and which in turn gives these dog shit referees good grades, which is why we are seeing these terrible, terrible referees in big games. It's disgusting. If you're on TikTok, by the way, don't think I forgot about you guys. We're over on Twitch. We're over on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, double tap the screen and hit the like button, or just double tap the shit out of it. Go follow at HobbyCapper on TikTok, of course, and Twitter. Now, my next play. This is my juicy one. You shared your juicy one. I'll share my juicy one. I got mine minus 130. Seen minus 135 floating out there. This is another bet that I love taking every year. I don't care about any of the numbers, how many times they've kicked it short, blah, blah, blah. None of it matters. Opening kickoff to be a touchback, minus 130. I love that play. Year in, year out, I love that play. Even if the kicker's trying to hit it short. Again, that kicker is going to have adrenaline busting through him like he's never had before. And I just think that they're just going to go out there and just say, whoever it is, whether it's Butker, just pound this thing directly through the end zone. And let's just get it going that way. Because no one in their right mind wants a Tony Dungy, Devin Hester situation ever again. Nobody wants to be that Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy, if he didn't win that Super Bowl, he might be dead right now. He might be dead. He might have been crucified by the fan base. So very good. Lucky Tony Dungy. Shout out Tony Dungy. Lucky guy. But I don't think any other coach wants that ever to be them. So I think that no matter what, every year, last year it was a touchback. I think this year's also going to be a touchback. So I love that play. That's my juicy play.
I'm going to tell you on that.
I love that one. I would tail it as well.
So the cool part is here, you have a lot riding on the coin toss and the opening kickoff. So you're going to be up a lot or down a lot before the game even starts. How do you feel about that?
It's going to be a wild ride. This is why the Super Bowl is my favorite.
You're just going to be front and center for the first minute.
Oh, yeah. And then I back it up. And then I either, like last year, for instance, the last 2 years, I've had to kind of, calm myself down after I'm down $200 and we haven't even played a minute of the game yet, Nothing like that.
That's the rush.
And that's what's happened the last 2 years. So I think this year is going to be the year where I go smack tails. Again, the buoyancy of the ground and the wind coming out of the north, northeast. And then, of course, beside that, we are all, what's that say? Oh, never mind. I can't read that actually. Never mind. But like that. And then, of course, I think the opening kickoff is just going to have to be pounded through. But your third and final novelty prop play, what is it?
My third one. So I locked this in on Wednesday. It was around minus 150. It's juicy. I like it. I don't know what the line is right now, but both teams record a first down on their first drive. I saw it and I had to bet it.
I'm not trying to just keep blowing you right now, but I love that play.
I don't see 3 and outs.
I don't
see a turnover in the first drives.
But if anyone's going to have a 3 and out, it'll be the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only issue. But I just don't think that it's going to happen because I just think that both I think both quarterbacks are just gonna right out the gate. I think they're both gonna run.
Yeah.
Honestly, even Pat, I think he went the ankle right away because I think he's gonna get shot up. I really do. I don't like last week he didn't get, or 2 weeks ago he didn't get shot up. We saw what happened.
I'm gonna put out something. I think that cashes in 3 total plays. I think Chiefs to Kelsey, 11 yards, and I'm thinking like a Miles Sanders for 6 and like a little like AJ Brown slip
I
screen.
think I think the more that we talk about this, it's the more excited it's getting me and the more money I want to throw on it. Because honestly, seeing a 3 and out from the Eagles, it ain't happening. And then you can't even really in your mind wrap it around like there's no way that the Chiefs don't at least get a first down. 3 and out in a Super Bowl would be death right away. It would just be death. So I agree with that one. I actually love that play. That's another play I'm going to tell. I'm telling all 3 of your plays. I love all 3 of those prop plays. And you went heads because you're a scumbag. That's okay though. And my last novelty play, and this is honestly maybe my favorite one. And for all you plus money dog, I'm a dog whisperer, so I get it. There's a lot of other dog whisperers out there. You love the dogs. I love the dogs. I got a dog for you. Plus 202 is what I locked it in at. For either team to complete a 2-point conversion.
Love it.
I love that. If you're going to give me 2-1 odds on somebody converting a 3-yard play, possibly getting 2 chances at it, I'll take that every day of the week. And on top of it, if no one even tries to go for a 2-point conversion, the bet pushes.
Love it.
So what are we even worried about? Again, 2-1 odds on a team to get 3 yards, maybe even 2 to 3 chances on it. I love that play.
One more. Shout out Lloyd Locks. We were talking before the show.
Shout out Lloyd Locks.
This is a really heavy dog. Plus 1,500 for a non-receiver to throw a touchdown. I mean, it's worth $20 bucks.
And shout out Cooper as well. Cooper brought this up to me earlier in the week.
Oh yeah, Coop did have this.
And I can't agree enough that if there was an offense to do that, it's gonna either be. I'm just gonna bring this up. There's no way they go Philly again. Honest, do they?
Nah.
No way. There's no chance.
No.
There's no way. There's no way they do that again.
What if they did?
But what if they did? What if they did? What are the Eagles known for? The Eagles aren't known for good football. They're not known to be a consistent winning team, a consistent winning. You know what they're known for? 2 things. Invincible, the movie. What was that guy's name? Joe or what was his name? Do you remember?
Nah.
Never seen the movie?
I know where you're going with this. You're gonna say Rocky next.
Huh? Vince Papa. That might have been it. Does anyone know the quarterback of the movie Invincible? Because I think he went to the Eagles, right? I think he's right. But yes, and of course, Rocky. But regardless of what I was even trying to say right there, I don't know how we got on the that's his name? Shout out Wes. I mean, if there's someone who knows these random names, Bryce, what's that long comment right there? Is there any questions coming up here? Okay, go ahead. Let's read some comments real quick. What we got?
Carlos Cabin says Pat McAfee says the balls are used in opening kickoffs. Balls are hard as fuck.
Yep.
Because it's saved after the game.
Yes. Yep, that's true.
A couple other people's bets with Hurts with 60+ rushing attempts or 60+ rushing.
See, and I like that because again, we saw 2-3 weeks ago that he's not scared to run to the right. And to me personally, I thought that was the biggest deal because the right shoulder, right? You don't want to get tackled on the right side, but he's shown he's not scared. In the Super Bowl, you're going to get antsy. You're going to run more than usual, I think. So I actually love that. But what's his attempts at right now? Tell whoever that was.
It was at 10.5. The attempts for Hurts.
Someone drop in the comments below what the updated line is on his rushing attempts because I think that might even be a better play.
I think Nasty's on. It's over 10.5.
Okay, all right.
Has to be.
I think. Oh yeah, sorry. Is the heads or tails bet on MGM? I think so. Again, guys, I say this every year. Please don't pay -120. Try not to even pay -115 for a fucking coin flip. I got it at +100. If you really can't find +100, I know like 99% of books don't give you +100. You can't find it. And you still just want to bet it. Just bet it like -110. But if it's -115, -120, dude, that's just the books being ridiculous. And that's why they're absolute scumbags. But that's for a discussion of another day.
Hurts 60+, Kelsey 100+, Brown 100+.
That's like a 3 parlay?
Yeah, plus money.
100 plus on each. I actually don't mind. That's actually is that a parlay? Whoever said that, if you're still here, drop down below if that was like a parlay.
Do you have any player props? You want any?
I'm not even kidding. I don't love the player props today, and I actually am a big player prop guy all year long. I've loved player props. Jesus. And so honestly, I do love him, but I just think that Jalen Hurts over rushing attempts even is maybe my favorite. Like the more we've talked about it last night. I just think that he's going to run the ball a shit ton. I think even Patrick Mahomes, if there's like a combination bet out there of like rushing attempts between Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts,
Attempts, not total yards.
yeah, if there's like a double attempts, I think I would take that. Again, only would take it because it's a degenerate holiday. I would never take it on a normal day, but degenerate holidays like today, I would take it. Hey, John, could you come over here real quick and see if there's any questions in the TikTok? Yeah, you're good. You're good. First quarter over 3.5 points.
That's gonna suck when they get held to a field goal.
Yeah, that's gonna
Chiefs are up
be an
14-3.
absolute a shot in the leg.
Yeah.
If they get held to a field goal. Shout out Wonder Boy. He's actually kind of an OG. He's been here for a hot minute. Are there any comments in that? By the way, any questions in that, John? You scroll up just a little bit and just kind of see. Yeah, just scroll up a little bit. See, we haven't really been checking the TikTok. I don't want to just leave out the TikTok. Were you about to say something?
I guess I'm on 2 player props.
Oh, yes, the player props. What player props are you on?
So Kenneth Gainwell's rushing yards is about 19.5, 20.5 right now. He's going to get about 4 or 5, 6 attempts.
Yep.
He was getting like 8 or 9. I don't see you getting that much today. But his elusiveness and his burst, I have to take the over. He's a quick little kid.
Especially if he can get just 5 rushes, because again, that's kind of like one of the spots that I look for throughout the year is if you could get someone who's pretty much guaranteed 5 to 6 rushing attempts, they just need to break 1.
Yeah.
Which can happen against any team at any point, anytime, especially with the way that the Eagles have been running the ball. Because imagine if late in the game, they're just beating down on the fucking Chiefs. Chiefs are dead tired, late. They just run all over them.
You're just making up all these stories.
It's just things that I think are going to happen. I actually dreamed it the other night, which actually brings me to my last point. I forgot to say this. I had a dream. I forgot to share this with the people. I shared this earlier. What was it? Maybe 2-3 weeks ago now. Orange. You can still find it out there. Orange is going to be the Gatorade color poured on the game-winning coach. Nick Sirianni is going to be walking out of there. Orange Gatorade all up in his polo. Andy Reid's a scumbag.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Seems a little trappy, but you can find Kelsey will have the most receiving yards out of anyone for the entire game at plus 150.
I hate that.
Why?
I hate that.
He's going to see at least 10 to 15 targets.
I think.
No, you like it. You just hate it because you're not in the Chiefs.
No. I'll tell you exactly why I hate it. We've got.
Don't tell me this is zone. Don't tell me this is zone that they play the man. No. He's going to see 10 to 15. 10 to 15. Who else is going to see 10 to 15 targets?
That defense.
Okay.
That defense of the Eagles is going to literally shut Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce might not even play in the fourth quarter of this game. Travis Kelce might be done by the third quarter of this game. I think the Chiefs are going to get absolute. I can't put it in I think this has the potential of being a boring Super Bowl. It only goes 2 ways. It's either A, it comes down to the last second, or B, the Eagles win by 30, and it's literally a Denver Bronco. What was that, Super Bowl 50? Yeah. Super Bowl 50 all over again.
So I don't want to buy into your narrative a little bit here, but let's say the Chiefs are down these 17 points you say they're going to lose by.
Sure.
That final drive, Kelsey's going to get 40 yards.
Maybe, if he's still playing.
You think he's going to get hurt?
I'm not saying that Nick Sirianni's telling the boys to do a little bit of like New Orleans Saints type shit out there, but I think they're kind of like, hey, he's a little bummed up on that like leg, hit that fucking leg hard. And I think that there's a possibility that he's just so banged up. They're just like, what are we going to do? And they're just going to cover him so well. I truly think he's going to have a terrible game. That's an honest opinion. I think this is going to somehow, some way, Bum Smith-Schuster is going to have a game. And I hate that guy. That guy stinks. And you like him, probably. You're a Pittsburgh guy. Yeah. I forgot about this. Juju Smith-Schuster, a.k.a. Bum Smith-Schuster, is lucky to even be in the league. He should not be a number 1 receiver or a number 2 anywhere. That guy absolutely stinks. If it wasn't for CTE Antonio Brown, Juju probably wouldn't even be here. And that's just a fact.
Old takes, I suppose.
He would be, I don't know, maybe Maybe in the XFL. I don't know. That's just all I'm thinking, though. And again, Bum Smith-Schuster, I could go on and on about this guy. I remember Jack took a couple overs. I went out of my way to make sure I took the unders just to watch the unders smack, just to prove a point of how bad Bum Smith-Schuster is. But again, discussion for another day. I won't just keep going in on Bum, but the guy absolutely fucking stinks. Now, we were going to talk about this, and I do want to bring this up because I'm always curious about people's. But what is your favorite key Super Bowl memory of all time? Not just gambling. We'll do your favorite gambling one next, but just memory in general of the Super Bowl. What is it?
We're gonna do both.
Yeah, we're gonna do both. Just do a normal memory first, and then we'll do a gambling one after it. What's just a favorite memory?
My favorite Super Bowl memory of all time, Super Bowl 43. My Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cardinals. Right before halftime, Kurt Warner throws the pick six to Harrison down the sideline. Fitz can't get him.
No, couldn't get him.
Then I remember clearly Fitzgerald catching that wide open post route at the 50-yard line, no one around him, take the lead about the late fourth quarter. And Big Ben drives down, and you got to remember the Santonio Holmes catch in the corner of the end zone.
Oh,
yeah, you remember it. It's plastered everywhere, Sports Illustrated. But at that very moment.
Was he bobbling the ball or no?
No, there was no
okay.
bobble. Clean catch.
Sure.
Clean catch.
I'm just asking.
So to go 2 feet down, yeah. Second and goal.
I remember the 2
Second
feet.
and goal, like a minute 30 left.
I remember the 2 feet. I'm just still questioning, was that ball being bobbled?
Went to review. All right, went to review.
Well,
we're all nervous. We're packed in this. I'm like 18, but I'm in the back of this bar. My dad's there. We got a big party group going there.
Nice. Were you drinking?
I was not drinking. I wasn't.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not.
All right. Keep going.
Touchdown was confirmed. My dad tackled me. I'll never forget that. He was so excited. He tackled me. Shout out to my dad.
What's your dad's name?
Rick.
Shout out Rick. That's sick.
Yeah. Never forget it.
Wow. And just there with like a group of buddies or what?
I was my mom, my dad's friends. Yeah, I'm just there. Super Bowl. I was at Super Bowl 40 in Detroit. Jerome Bettis, Heinz Ward ran away.
Oh, wow. Jerome Bettis.
That's my favorite Super Bowl memory. Not gambling related.
Yeah, not gambling memory. And again, my Super Bowl memories are a little bit.
Well, yes. I mean, let's get to that. I mean, we got the Dolphins jersey on. I know you didn't see the Super Bowl in your time.
73 was a hell of a year.
So did you even watch the Super Bowl? Your team's never in it.
Oh, my team is, bitch.
73. 73 was a great year. 72, of course, only team to ever go undefeated and win a Super Bowl. No one's ever done it before. Only team to ever win a Super Bowl. I'll go undefeated, win a Super Bowl, and then guess what? We came out next year and we won it again. And I just want to say to you, I always forget his name. Earl. Damn it. I think it was Earl. I can't remember his name. Shout out Earl. Backup quarterback for the Dolphins. Bob Greasy's our starter. Everyone thinks Bob Greasy. I love Bob Greasy. Met Bob Greasy. Got kicked out of a hotel because of Bob Greasy. Shout out Bob Greasy. Got kicked out of a hotel because I tried getting a picture with him. It's fucked up. I was 20, maybe. I don't know. But besides all of that, shout out Earl, backup quarterback. He took us to the playoffs, and then Bob Greasy came back and then finished it off. It was amazing. But my actual favorite Super Bowl memory, and I've got like a lot of different Super Bowls that I just like loved going to, but I don't know why. There's just this one Super Bowl. It was the Colts Bears. It was literally the one I was talking about with Tony Dungy, Devin Hester running that kickoff return. Like that's almost like the first Super Bowl I ever really remember like watching. Like I don't really remember watching any before that. I don't remember how old I was. I just remember that was like the first Super Bowl party I'd ever gone to. It was the first time I ever played squares. It was the first time
everything.
Like it was just the first time I ever gotten like a card game, and like based on how many points were scored or whatever card you got, if you have like the second number, you get like a sheet and you bet like what's the first commercial. You not bet, but you just like guess what's the first commercial going to be. Everybody throws like this is not a gambling one, but it is kind of gambling. But that's like my first, because it's just like that opened my eyes almost to like the Super Bowl's different. It's not just a normal game. Like this is everyone, because like I remember being a kid who liked sports, and I would see some adults there where I'm like, they don't even like sports. Like why are they having fun? Yeah. And then it opened my eyes as a child. Yeah. To being like, oh, Super Bowl different for everybody. Like everybody loves the Super Bowl, no matter who you are. So for me, because I don't have a Dolphins one yet, should have had one this year. That's
shout out Tua.
Stay safe, Tua. We love you, buddy.
So
now, what is your favorite gambling memory of a Super Bowl?
So, you know, this story is actually really cool. I mean, when you brought this up about being on the skid, it kind of gave me chills. 6 years old, all right,
Okay.
1998. We're at this house party. I'm 6 years old. We have a big group of family friends at this party. I'll never forget. I'm playing pool. Denver Broncos versus the Packers. All right. All I remember is everyone backing Brett Favre. Everyone.
Yes.
What's my mom do? She backs the Broncos. I remember she throws like $20 down and was like, I'm backing John Elway.
Sure.
I didn't even know who John Elway was.
No.
I was just there playing pool.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just there having
Next
fun.
thing you know, I'm a big John Elway fan, diehard John Elway fan. First time I was exposed to anything betting, and now look, full circle. Literally gave me chills when you asked me this question.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out moms.
What's your mom's name?
Tracy.
Shout out Rick and Tracy. Just a hell of a couple of parents right there, huh?
That was pretty cool.
What a great memory that is.
Elway won.
Yeah, of course.
Then
you should have said that.
The following year, I'm all Elway. I'm all TV.
But now you're all Elway.
Yeah, I'm saying front screen. He wins back to back, wins the MVP, diving touchdown.
The
Then he retires on the scene.
Spin cycle.
Yeah,
got put in a little bit of a spin cycle.
So real cool full circle story.
It is cool. By the way, this was not planned. I just walked and I was wearing Dan Marino. He was wearing John Elway. Maybe one of the greatest drafts in the history of the league.
Man, that was not planned. That was cool. That's cool.
That's actually really cool. Great draft that year. Okay, my favorite gambling one, and this might even be kind of like lame, might be kind of generic, but it was truly when I was at my boy Mason's house. Shout out Mason, my boy. I went to his crib. It was when I first, like, it was one of the first times I ever started gambling. So, like, I first bet tails, like, when I don't promote underage gambling, but 18, I think, something like that. Got on Bovada, found tails, slammed it. And when I say slammed it, I threw $100. But 18-year-old me didn't have $100.
Yeah.
I didn't have $100. So I
Using
had
mom's credit card.
I don't even know how I got the $100. Who knows? But I got the $100 and I was so confident that it was going to be tails. And I threw the $100 on. And again, I know $100 doesn't sound like a lot, especially these days. But back then, 18, high school kid, I absolutely smacked it. And I remember all my buddies, we were all just around the TV, just like sweating. Everyone's just sweating it out for me. And then just waiting for that thing to hit. And then it was tails. And the feeling of it is just unmatched.
That's to become a tails guy then.
That's how I became a tails guy.
Tails from then on out.
Till the day I die, I'm only betting tails every single year, every single Super Bowl, at least $100 probably, just because.
You're on it for 200 today.
Well, again, yeah, just don't 200 on it today. I think I actually didn't even think the book was going to let me do it. I thought it was going to like max me or something at like 100. So usually it's what they do, but let me bet 200 on it. So I absolutely love it. I think that's going to be perfect. Any more
final touches?
Questions
here?
in the comments?
Questions?
Yeah, anything here to end it? The fellas up. Jack, can you please come over here real quick and just read this TikTok and see if TikTok's doing anything right now? See if they're asking any questions. No. Yeah, for sure. Anything? Look at the hat.
Look at the Jack.
Shout out, Jerem.
I like it.
Oh, see.
I like it.
I like
7-3.
Kind of like it's
7-3.
So Jerem asked, or Jerem didn't ask. Jerem said he's taking.
He told us
he's taking
with
and
confidence,
almost forcing us to take it. Both teams score in the first quarter plus 105. I think that's a great bet. Jerem, while you're here, Jerem's a great gambler, part of the cord. Jerem, what is your favorite bet in the Super Bowl? I want to know your favorite bet in the Super Bowl tonight. Yeah, of course. I think the over is going to hit. I lean the over. I'm not going to bet it. I think they might be able to hear you, honestly. But someone asked in the comments, what do we think about the total? I lean the over. I think it's going to be a shit ton of points scored. What do you think?
Fun fact. So 53 Super Bowls, 27 have went over, 26 have went under.
That's insane.
Literally a coin toss.
That's insane.
I hate betting under. So I would lean the over, but I'm not on it.
You just pulled that out of nowhere. What a fun fact stat that was. I loved that. I think the over is going to hit. I think it's going to be a million points scored. I think the Eagles might beat the over by themselves. Ducks or Kings? Someone just asked me Ducks or Kings.
All right, that's going to wrap it up.
Ducks or Kings. We'll talk. I think I'm going to release my hockey play soon. Guys, I'm just telling you, the hockey slate stinks today. I don't know for sure if I have any college basketball yet. We had a long night last night. Okay. Usually, plays usually come out early in the morning. Listen, we had a long night last night, guys. What do you want me to do? Me and Hobby out here dominating at, like I said, bags, pawn, anything. You name it, we dominate at it. But
How many games of beer pong won last night?
I lost count. Maybe
Can Cooper
Maybe-
West jump in and
we
let
could
us
get,
know?
might have been 30. I don't know. I lost count. We actually had to take a break. We actually had to take a
We
break.
took a halftime break.
I mean, my arm right now is still, the shoulder's not 100% today. Simply because, all day long. But look at the form. You see what I mean? The form is wonderful. If anyone in the comments thinks they could beat me or Hobby at Pong or bags or really anything, we welcome the challenge. Oh, what was
Whoa.
yours?
I didn't have one.
I thought you did have one.
Nah.
Yeah, got her. Whoa.
Lloyd Locks. Shout out Lloyd Locks. He has got it anytime touchdown.
Dallas.
I'll tell him.
I thought you said you had one.
Nah.
Were you leaning one?
Nah.
Huh. I'm going to post these on my SoBet right after this. That way everyone can see it. He's going to do the exact same. So, yeah, make sure you join SoBet. Use code Gutsy use code
The Hobby.
The Hobby. Both codes are great. If you don't use both codes when you sign up, then you fucked up. That's all I'm going to say. But shout out TikTok. Shout out Twitch. If you're TikTok, I appreciate you. Make sure you double tap that screen right now. Double tap that screen right now. Double tap it, baby. We appreciate all the love, all the likes, all the support. Check out at the Hobby Capper right now on Twitch. Not Twitch. TikTok. Go to TikTok right now. Go to your search bar. Hit at the Hobby Capper. Go ahead and follow that guy. I'm telling you, he's an absolute fucking sharp. Go check him out on Twitter. That's where his big following is. Of course, he's got what do you got on Twitter right now?
I got about 13,000 on Twitter.
One day I'm gonna have 13,000 on Twitter. But go follow him at Twitter. If you're not following me yet, right there. Hit that button right up there, the little red button.
Integrity, class, gutsy, pick, cash.
Integrity, class, gutsy picks cash. That's gonna be on my grave. There's no other way to put it. That's what I live by. It's what I live for. It's what I was born to be like. All about integrity, honor.
It was a pleasure. I mean,
Hey.
everyone asked for
Hey.
this.
Hey.
Everyone asked for this.
I love doing this.
This is a start.
If you want to see more from me and Hobby, I would say let us know in the comments. But we're about to get off, and I'm telling you right now, we're gonna keep the content ripping. Me and Hobby got things cooking up in the kitchen.
Wait for baseball
I'm sure
season.
You smell it. I'm sure you can smell it.
That's a whole other show.
Wait till baseball season. That's a whole another thing. But shout out to everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl today, guys. It's a once in a year thing. Everyone fucking loves Super Bowl. It's a degenerate holiday. Don't be scared to get a little freaky tonight with some of these plays. Responsibly. Don't use your bankroll on fucking plus 202 for there to be a goddamn 2-point conversion in this game. Take money that you do not care about losing, that you would literally throw in a fire pit. Use that money to bet on it, okay?
Go Chiefs.
Can't say it enough. Go Eagles. Thank you for everyone tuning in.